Good morning, guys. It's Diane again. I have my painting clothes on and I am ready to do this one. Isn't she gorgeous? This is so easy. See what I have done? I have drawn the pattern on the board. I've gone ahead and done the outer side simply to save time, and I've also done the edges. I used a tan and white and brown, just kind of stroked it up and down, used up and down motion. And now we're going to do her face, because that we need to do the things that are furthest away, and that would be her face. So, as you can see, I'm going to keep my picture right beside me. Her face is kind of dark in the shadows. So let's just start putting some on and then we'll highlight it. I'm going to add a little bit of brown to flesh. And just start putting it on. Now while I do this, I'm going to tell you why I use boards instead of canvas. If you've watched other artists, which I'm sure you have, they layer and layer and layer, which to me is hard to learn how to do unless you go to school to do that. I just don't know how to do it. And it takes too long. I like things to be done quickly. Now we're going to highlight her face, but we're just going to lay this in. Now, using a board is almost like watercolor. The board absorbs. I use a pointed brush, easier to control. The board absorbs the paint and the moisture. And I don't go back and do another coat. I might highlight something, but I like the way this looks. And if you can see, I can still see the strokes of her hair under the paint that I've already put on. So to me, that is much easier. I'm not going to talk much today because quite frankly this one's a little more difficult than the other ones that I've done. I just want you to know that there is nothing too difficult for you to do. This one, when I get finished, will not be perfect, but she'll still be pretty. And you can fast forward this one because it is going to take a little bit of time. I'm just going to leave the edge of her nose undone because I have to highlight it later. keep a paper towel laying here. I just scrub my brush out all the time. I hope my head's not in the way. Okay, let's change brushes. Sorry about that. I keep referring to my picture. Let's do the nostril right here. You don't have to fill it all in. It's just a shadow. And right here under her nose is a little bit dark. Oh my God, I am so sorry. You know, I'm new at this. Let's just be honest here. I am doing the best I can. There is a shadow under her nose. Let me go back to the flesh color. Let's go ahead and do the front of her nose so that things kind of look better. I'll get a little bit of white and add that to the lighter flesh color. I'm trying, guys. Now, above her lip is also brighter. Below her chin. I am not good with faces, but I'm telling you, when I saw this, I went, I have to paint that. I have to. Now let's come back with the darker. Kind of fill it in here a little bit darker. Okay, to the side of her mouth, over the lip and to the side. It's lighter. I'm just going to kind of scrub that in. I use my fingers a lot. There's a little bit of light right here on the side of her cheek. Trust me, guys, this will all work out. May look a little raw right now, but it will work out. And there's a little bit of light right there on her, beside her nose. I'll let that go. Don't want much paint on my brush here. Okay, now let's go back under her lip. Don't want it that dark, just moderately dark. Just a little shadow. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Okay, let's paint her lips. I'm going to use the darker flesh. Let's add some brown to it. You can even add some pink to it if you wanted to. We don't want them to be bold or anything like that. I probably should have got out some pink, but I didn't. So we're just going to go with this color. Sorry, I've mixed a mess over here and I picked up the wrong one. Okay, we're going to get another brush and do the brown between her lips. I got a very small brush. Okay, she's got highlights on top of her lip, so we'll add a little white to the lighter flesh. We'll go back over top again. Okay, the only thing I know we're going to do is kind of round this off right here so that it looks a little better. So I'll get another brush. Don't want too much paint on the brush, so that it kind of looks more like a cheek or white coming from under the hat. Okay, there we go. We're gonna let that go because I am not good with faces, and if I keep going I'll mess it up. Okay guys, we're going to paint under her neck, and it's going to be darker. And I didn't draw that line, so it is right there. Get some more flesh color on that. This is a bandana right here. Let's see, this is the bandana right here. Okay. This one is more difficult, I must say. But we're gonna do the best we can because she's so pretty. I mean, how can she not be pretty, even if it doesn't look like the original? And when we varnish this, oh my gosh, it's going to look so good. Now I know you can hear my air conditioner, but it's very quiet. And I'm sorry, it's August and I can't turn it off. Okay, this little line between her neck and chin is dark. Let me just show you. See that? Can you see that? Of course, I have the wrong brush. Do you know why I started a YouTube channel? Well, I would put things on Facebook that I had painted, and people would say, "Oh, you're such a good artist, I wished I could do that," and blah blah blah. You know what? It just made me feel guilty because I knew that I wasn't a good artist. Because I copy everything I do. I make a pattern. Now, I tried painting years ago, and I was never what I call any good. I wouldn't hang something on the wall that I did, you know. It was imperfection. So I would try and then I'd give it up. Then I'd try and I'd give it up. And I know if you've watched any of my other paintings, you know that I paint because I'm grieving, and it helps me forget. Now let's go back and highlight that, her face. I'm running out of brushes. I'm going to have to start washing them. I know I'm moving this all over creation. There we go. And when we get the hair coming into that, that will look fine. Okay. It is time to paint the shirt. These are my favorite colors. I really wished I could have the perfect situation so you could see. But we're going to start over here on the left because we're coming this way, and that way I'm right-handed and my hand won't be in the way of anything. So if you look at this, her shirt over here is like a beigey color because it's, well, I just love the way it looks. And then it starts getting bluer as it comes in. So we're going to use this beigey color over there and come on down and make her sleeve. And then we may go ahead and paint the scarf before we start the blue. Let's do that. Okay. So I've already got some here. Wash out a brush. So I'm going to use this beige. I've still got quite a bit here. Add some white to it. We're just going to start up here beside her hair and just come on down with it. Now I've got drawn lines, and I'm actually not going to cover them up all the way. I'm going to make that a little bit darker. If you want to paint this, you need your own picture. It's kind of big. I will send it to you for $15, or you can try to figure out how to print it yourself. All you gotta do is leave me a comment and say, send me the picture, give me your address. And I'll send it right to you. And her hair is everywhere. It's all over. So I'm going to go back with white right here. Her shoulder is almost white. Of course, that would be in the sun also. Like this is a scarf right here. I wish you could see better, but I know this is a bad one to try to paint online because it has so many facets to it. But like I said, this is all scarf. So like I said, if you want to go forward, that's fine. But I'm going to keep painting. I'm going down with her sleeve. How about if I turn it like that? That's all scarf, so here's the rest of her sleeve. Need to put some beige in it. I know this is a mess. I mean, I know you can't tell what I'm doing. I knew it was going to be hard, but to show. That's why I've done a few little ones. However, going to highlight her sleeve on the edge. Okay, let's start painting this scarf, which is brown. We're just going to do different shades. Right here under her chin is very dark. Goes all the way under her chin. These are dark places in the scarf. I did not clean out my brush on purpose so that when I push on it, it's going to make a darker line under there. Kind of make it look like a scarf. And I've said it many times, but you don't have to fill in every little part. See those places that I left? I'm just going to leave them. This is a dark area right here. These are my favorite colors. Brown, blue, and whites. Okay, we're going to leave that the way it is. I'm going to have to get some more brown, but let's keep going here. All right, this is scarf. And these are dark places. This is so complicated. I probably should not have even started a video. But I've already started. I'm gonna finish. Okay, I've got to get some brown. Just hang on a minute. Just going to try to make it look folded and creased. I even forgot the music today. It's okay. I'll just let you listen to the air conditioner. Haha. Okay, this right here is also scarf. Let's put some dark. Hang in there with me, guys. You gotta see the end. We're gonna kind of make an edge on this scarf. It kind of has a ruffled edge right there or something. Get some paint off my brush. Come back with a darker. Okay, there's scarf over here. Just make it different shades. Just come into her hair. come back with a darker so it will show up here on top. I mean lighter, I'm sorry. Back to the pattern, just tell me you want it and I'll send it to you. And all you do is put it on the board, or you can use canvas if you want to, and use graphite paper, make your pattern. There goes the car. Hope my dogs don't bark. Okay. The rest of this is hair. We're almost, well, I mean, we're halfway done at least. Maybe. Okay. I'm going to wash out my brushes and we're going to start some blue. I'll let you look at that while I wash out my brushes. Sorry about the noise. Two more. Okay, let's start on the left side again. The left side, we're going to start here with the blue. Blue and white and beige. I'll keep my picture right beside me at all times. Okay. Let me see if I can... that doesn't work. Okay, here we go. You get the blue. I have two colors of blue. I have a powder blue, which I cannot find at Walmart. So I get it on Amazon, powder blue. Galleria acrylic, because if you use a blue and you try to lighten it, it kind of loses some of the pigment, and this way it's nice and powdery blue. Okay, I've got to get another paper plate. And if you have to leave your painting, I always just turn one over on it to keep it wet while you're doing whatever you got to do while you leave. Okay, this is a little darker blue. It's called Wedgwood. I get it on Amazon. It is System 3. These are two of my favorite blues. I love them. So all I'm going to be using is a light blue and a little bit darker blue and my beige color that I love. You don't have to water down a brown because that doesn't look good. So this is pale umber. That's what I use to paint the outsides. I don't even know if I said I painted the outsides first just to save time, and the edges. I think I did. Okay. It's Monday morning. Okay, so if we look at the picture, we're going to be, now I always use these brushes with a point, therefore I can use the point and play like it's a small brush. Okay, so this is blue right here. And it has a little detail. Is it better? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if this would be better. See the detail on her shirt? It's kind of pointed right here. See all these, can you see all the little spaces where I have not painted? That looks fine. After you put the varnish on it, you'll see it just looks like part of the painting after you put the varnish on it. Okay, let's finish the... I can't do it like that, guys. I'm sorry. I can't hold it up that high. I'm going to paint the edge. It's kind of pointed right here. You know those shirts. Those cowboy shirts. Okay, I'm going to get a little powder blue and just do this edge right here. Make it look a little lighter. Now under her shirt, under that little detail, I'm going to mix the powder blue with the beige. You can also kind of help outline that detail. See, when I looked at this picture, I knew that when I got through with it, that it would look more like a watercolor instead of a painting, because that's what the picture looks like and that's what I wanted this to look like. So we're going to go around the pocket. I'm going to pick up more beige right here because it is changing right here. Beige and powder blue. This right here looks like where the shirt is meeting in the middle. So she has on a belt. We're going to paint down to the belt. Finish in right over here. Now we're going to add, I don't have any white. I need some white. Sorry guys. Truly, this is also new to me. I'm doing the best I can. My goal is to tell everybody that they can paint. Even if you haven't gone to school or had an artist teach you, you can paint. Okay, this is the edge of her shirt. It's folded into her pants where her belt is. So we're just gonna okay, that's her sleeve. Let's come back to the beige. Make it kind of shadowy. Now we're going to go straight beige and pull in these creases and things. Now add a little white to that. Now we're going to go back up here, kind of highlight that. Her pocket, and we're going to paint that powder blue. We want it to stand out. We want to know that it's a pocket. Can you hear my dog snoring? You know, I'm expecting a big shipment today. And if UPS comes down that road, my dogs are going to bark. All right, at the top of the pocket, we're going to add beige. I really need another brush. Now when I get through, I have a pen, a painter's pen, that I got it from Amazon. And I'm going to go around all of these places on the pocket. You do it like this so it'll be in the light. I'm going to go around the pocket and the scarf and add to her hair when we get through. And it'll all come together, promise. I'd rather he was snoring than barking. So let's go back with this Wedgwood blue, add it to the powder blue. We'll paint this side. This is a collar. Just go ahead and paint it and then add the accents to it. We're going to make this darker right here. That is that little this is the collar. The collar bends back. This right here, I'm sorry about him snoring, but I'm not going to wake him up. It's just the lapel, kind of where the buttons are. Alright, let's accent that area. I'm going to need a little bit more brown. So let me get some. You know, I tried to set the camera up with this on an easel, but I couldn't figure that out either, so we're just going to do the best we can. We're going to add a little bit of beige, and you're going to go, oh my god, I'm not watching her again, this is crazy. But just fast forward it. This is that lapel. I do want you to see the end. Make that a little bit darker. Now we're going to get some white. Put some white there. And the pins will just, oh, I love them. I have gray and white, and put some white there, and go ahead and do her shoulder white. Hopefully the sun's shining on it right there. I'm going to use powder blue right here. I also have they're like pencils, colored pencils. They're actually paint pencils that I use to go back over a painting and highlight it. The only thing about using them is when you put the varnish on, if you do it too hard or too much, it makes them like disappear. So we're going to use powder blue and white to do this pocket. I'm so nervous. I just know this looks like a mess on camera, but I do not know any other way to do it. Just add a little dark color in there on the side. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more tan. Give me a minute. I have a light there that I hit. Okay, I'm going down with her arm, her sleeve. put white in the middle. Okay, this pocket has white on it. I painted a girl on a horse with a blue jean shirt on. And when I was painting it, I was thinking, oh my God. But then when I got through, outlining it and everything, it looked great. Okay. You're just going to have to, if you decide to paint this, it's beautiful. You're just going to have to look at the photograph and do what you can, because it is a complicated one. Okay, we're going to do all of this under here. And you can't see it. I'm going to do everything under the scarf. Just stroke downward. Let's get a little bit of brown to go down the middle where the shirt meets. Now around her, where her belt is, I know you're looking upside down, but there's like little tucks and stuff that we're going to do brown. This shirt's just all different colors. I just don't think you can go wrong. And this right here is in the shadow, so I'm going to do it darker. What I wish I'd done is add some, like a khaki tan to the scarf, but I didn't. I'm not going to go back. To make it more of a, cowhide tan looking. This is the edge of her shirt, like tucked in to her belt. So let's make it darker. Okay, it's looking okay. By the time we outline all of that, it'll look good. All right, let's paint her belt. Let's add a little bit of black to the brown. Okay, let's do her belt. I'm going to turn it upside down, or sideways. There we go. Put white on top of the buckle. Remember, we're going to outline all of this. Okay, we're going to make some blue. I'm going to use the Wedgwood and do her pants. Sure, she's got on blue jeans. So we'll just put that right there. And right here. Now I'm going to make some shadows or highlights. Let's highlight her little pants things. Okay, on top of the belt buckle, there is going to be shadow. So use your finger. I'm using black and brown, even though we're going to outline this later. Still needs to be shadowy part. Okay, we're going to call that done. Of course, I know it looks unfinished, but it won't be when we outline it. Okay. Well, I think no, I painted that. It's just got like a button or something. Let's use a dark brown, black right here. there's some shadow under here. Okay, we are going to paint her hat, and we are going to have to do it upside down. Okay, the top of it is mostly white. So we're going to paint this white. I'm leaving in the line that I drew because I'm going to go over that, probably with gray. A gray pen. Remember, I want this to look like watercolor. And I have never tried watercolor, ever, ever, ever. There's a little blue on that. I'm leaving it. I like it. Now underneath, it gets a little bit darker. So we're going to use the beige. That's this whole triangle. Now, we don't want that to be so, there's not a line there, it's just the way the sun is, so we're going to smidge some of the darker up into the white. There we go. Okay, we're going to do the band. In brown. Going to do it darker at the bottom. Okay. The brim over here is a little darker. No, lighter. I'm sorry. So we're going to use white and beige because the sun is shining on it. I just want everyone who thinks that they can't paint to just give it a try. If you want to, you know, if you want to be a painter. And when the people online paint, you know, it'd be great if you could follow along with them. I guess you could if you stopped and started, you know. But I've never done that. So right here in front, it is darker. And this is one line I will cover up. I don't want to see it. That should blend right here. Need just a little bit darker down here. Are you guys still with me? I bet I'm sitting here painting alone. This was a crazy one to try online. But she's so pretty. She's just so pretty. Now the side of the hat is dark. So we're going to add the tan and the brown. You know, if I was painting this by myself, alone, I'd probably be a lot more careful and take my time and really enjoy it because I think she's so pretty. But I'm afraid I've already bored you to tears, so I usually tell a story when I'm painting. But my goodness, I can't with this one. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Please come back to my channel. I'll paint smaller ones next time. I'm painting a peacock next weekend that is 24 wide by 60 inches long. I will not be doing that online. I may do a smaller version, but I'm actually painting it for myself. see, how am I going to turn that? Okay, I'm going to come back underneath here. A little bit darker. I've got 2 dogs and a cat right beside me. So they think I'm talking to them. And they go, "We don't understand." Okay. Just got to follow along here. Little piece. Okay, I've got a bigger brush. Okay, and that's outlined. Actually, don't like that. Okay, it's time to do her hair. And we'll basically be done other than outlining. Let's put a little bit of this dark flesh color in the brown. See if we can come up with a pretty hair color. Maybe put some beige in it. More brown. Now in places it is going to have to be more brown. So let's start there. Okay, it's brown under her hat. It's going to be a soft brown. don't want it to be solid. It's kind of tucked behind her shoulder. Now when we add the highlights, like the brown twigs and blonde twigs hanging down, you'll know her hair is long. Okay, let's add some of those long twigs. I need a wet brush, and I actually need to put some water in the brown. Okay, now I'm going to get a very small brush. If I can find one. I have to plug up my camera. If you will just give me a second. Okay, I've got this small brush. I want the water very, very thin. Let's see what happens. She's got some hair out of place around here. And she's got hair hanging down here. Her hair must be really long because it goes all the way down. We're just going to do a few strands. Now I'm going to come back with white. I'm going to add some water to it. Make it very fluid because the sun is shining on her hair. They don't have to be connected or anything. Let's do one more right here. Let's do some over here. Let's do some brown strands. I can still see them under the paint. Let's come back with some white. Let's do some right here. Okay guys, can you see that? It may look weird, but to me, looking at it all together, it looks fine. Okay, I'm gonna outline maybe just the hat and then varnish the hat so you can see, and I'll finish it myself later, and it'll be the first picture you see if you come to this to paint it. It will be the picture that you see on the front of the screen so you can see it finished. But I'm going to outline her hat so you can see that. Let's see if it's going to be better that way. Yeah, let's do it that way. Okay, let me get my pen. It's right here. I have sepia and gray. I actually have white, but I don't think I'm going to use white. I might go over her hair later with white. All right, this is sepia. So you're just gonna, this is a little wet. Let me get it to going. You have to pump it. Here we go. Okay. Here we go with that. See how much better that looks? It doesn't have to be a solid line, just see how much better that looks. You don't have to stay in line. You can go on the outside of the paint. Just gives it some definition. Now I am not going to outline her nose or her lips. I might go around the edge, and I wished I wasn't holding it up in the air. I would have more control. Accent the edge of her lip just a little bit. That's about it. Okay. Now you can even come in and do some hair. Like that. Up here. Even around here. Okay. I'm going to do this edge of the hat right here. If I can find it so you can see it. Then I'm going to varnish the hats just so you can see how it looks varnished. And I'll finish the rest of it after you're gone. You know, if I knew how to edit, I would come back with a finished product, but I do not know how. Okay, I'm going to blow it from right here up, from her lips up, from her lips up, and varnish it so that you can see. Have a little fan from Amazon. Much quieter than a hair dryer, and it does the trick. I may come back when I get through outlining it all and show you it all, and I'll try to figure out how to combine the two. I mean, how hard can it be? Of course, I've been trying for a couple of weeks to figure it out, but I can't. Maybe somebody will come by and show me. Okay, it has to be flat when you varnish. Let's use this brush because it's dry. We're just going to pour some right here. And start brushing it on. Of course, you'll want to do your sides too. Look how that looks. Look how pretty that looks. Okay guys, I'll come back in a little bit and try to connect it.